PPRNradio.net.
Hey, have you tried that new place, A Beats?
A Beats?
No, it's a pizza.
A Beats?
It's a pizza. They let you build your own.
They even cook it in a coal-fired brick oven.
In under 3 minutes.
Do they have anything else?
Of course. They have calzones, grinders, wings, soups, and salads.
They let you completely design your own meal.
With 30 different toppings to choose from. I'm sure you will find something.
Check out their app in the iTunes or Android Marketplace.
Or just head down to A Beats yourself at 182 Temple Street. I promise you won't be disappointed.
PPRNradio.net. Commercial free 24/7.
Just hit the pillow. See how you feel.
There's your fucking pillow.
Feel better?
Yeah, I do.
Now, as I was saying, drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad. Because drugs are bad, okay? It's a bad thing to do drugs, so don't be bad by doing drugs, okay? That'd be bad. Drugs are bad, okay?
The girl of your dreams has got to be in some bar.
Sorry, boys and girls, but this is X-rated. So if you're under 18...
Get out, goddammit! Get the point? Good.
And now?
Bend over.
Y'all ready for this?
Get it out. Get it out. I can't wait anymore.
I like to watch.
Whatever you design, I know you'll like it. Do it.
We do it all night long.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Designated Driver, Addiction Recovery Radio, heard each and every week, Monday nights from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. right here on PPRNradio.net. I am your host, Marty the Paisan, and we got a full room tonight, and each and every week you're going to hear me say thank you to Peter. Peter, thank you so much for letting us do this wonderful show.
Thank you.
And, we had a great time last week. We had a good amount of listeners and a lot of good feedback. If somebody wants to do a show here, Pete, I'm going to ask you this every week. So how can they find out about doing a show?
I do get busy. I didn't forget you, but I do get busy. So email me. You'll probably catch me on a good time or a bad time, but I do work a full-time job. And I also take care of the station. So email me. I will get back to you.
And what's the email address?
PPRN3221 at Yahoo. Just go to the webpage, and there's a link right to it. Definitely, I just launched a show on Saturday, another one. So now I'm free to be able to do more. Once it's to get a show produced and put on the commercials and to get it loaded into the server, it takes a lot. It's not just, all right, give me a show and it goes on. There's a lot into it. So I didn't forget you. I'm sorry.
You devote a lot of time to this.
Yeah, and I do a full-time 40-hour-a-week job too, so it's hard. No, I didn't forget him. It comes Friday and Saturday because I also DJ on Saturdays for 22 hours. So come Saturday I have work off day off Friday. So come Friday, I don't talk to nobody.
So
shut the world off.
So check out the website. There's a bunch of other shows and Saturdays. You do this hip hop thing on Saturdays,
and we're going to be doing them live at Seaside and Beardsley Park this summer.
All right. So we got a full room here tonight. So I just want to go around the room and everybody introduce yourself to all the listeners. We'll start with the doctor. Nice and close to the mic. Everybody, you got to get really close to the mic.
It works. Yeah.
How's that? Good, Marty? Okay. Is Dr. Mark Bono? Well, I'm good.
There, just like that. All right.
And I'm close to myself already. It's Mike.
That's Mikey the Foot. Don't ask why.
I'm Prince.
Can't hear you at all.
Prince. Can't hear me?
There you go. That's Prince Spaghetti. All right.
I'm Richie. Guy.
That's Richie the doorbell. Don't ask why.
I'm Jackie, a.k.a. Teresa.
All right.
Yeah, you call her Jackie.
Well, who's she, Mark? Come on.
Who am I?
Who's she?
Oh, who am I?
She just introduced herself.
Well, so do we. You put a comment behind each one of us.
I'm Teresa.
That's Teresa.
You can't miss
Teresa the what?
You weren't there last week. It's Jackie, but that's Jackie the Thumb. All right. So,
wow.
We heard in the beginning of the show, we had a opener from Beats. Beats is on Temple Street in New Haven.
My boy Nicky.
Across from the Omni Hotel. And every night of the week they're doing something. So you want to check out their website. Thursday nights, they do college night. So 50-cent chicken wings over there. Tuesday nights, Elm City Idol karaoke night at Beats.
Karaoke's good.
Yes, 8 p.m. to closing. So check them out. They do have delivery, 203-745-5370. Friday is $5 personal pizza night. So check out our Beats. And like Mike said, it's really good over there.
Nick Lonano, good kid.
Beats.
RobsTickets.com. RobsTickets.com. Any type of event that you're looking at tickets for, go talk to Rob. And he's got a special discount for our listeners. If you go to the checkout screen, you'll get a 10% discount. Just type in Paisan, Paisan, and forget about it. They got all major events coming up, NASCAR, anything that you need tickets for, anything that you could think of that you want really good seats for. You go see Rob. He's a good guy, and he'll get you some really, really good seats over there.
Graduation? Got seats for graduation?
Graduation, yeah. So Mike is from East Haven. So what do they got coming up in East Haven?
Well, East Haven has a big thing coming up, a Mohegan Sun bus trip. It's sponsored by the Vietnam Veterans, Chapter 484 Fireworks, on Saturday, May 20th, 2017. It'll be $30 per person. Out of that $30, you'll get $10 worth of betting vouchers and $15 worth of food. So basically it costs you $5. Good deal.
That's a good deal.
The bus leaves at East Haven Town Hall at 4 o'clock, and the bus leaves the casino at 10 p.m. I got a couple numbers here. Get your pen ready for tickets. It's 203-494-3702, or you can also call 203-468-6611. And just remember this, you must drive in the bus to receive your vouchers. You follow the bus, you get no vouchers.
And
all these advertisements make me want to relapse, by the way.
I know, that's what I was saying.
Well, we'll bang them all out, and then in the second half
brought to you by Shivers Regal.
Second half of the show, we'll put in a couple more, But we got a lot of supporters of the show, Pete.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, people want it.
So, but that's the biggest event in East Haven is the East Haven Fireworks, so you want to support that. Tonight, all right, so let's get to the show here. So tonight we got the special guest calling in, Tiffany Lynn Robinson. She'll be calling in just a few minutes here from Waldo, Ohio. She's calling in from. And she created this website, BeTheLightOfLife.com. So when you listen to this show, get yourself a pen and paper and write stuff down because we're full of information over here. Isn't that right, Teresa?
We are. We
full
are
of
the
something.
source of information.
Last week I had quite a few Facebook messages that the girl that was telling her story was inspiring to me.
That's good.
Aw.
So
Thank you, everybody.
So
I hope so.
Yeah, so I got a lot of good emails and messages, except for two.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Except for two. And that's what our next, the second half of the show's topic is about. Because we played one song that referenced drinking whiskey.
Okay.
So when I got these two messages, I thought to myself, let's have a topic about it. I personally don't think there's nothing wrong with hearing a song about drinking whiskey.
It's about your strength. You got to have strength.
But like Richie said when we were talking off air, this is a show about recovery. So anyways, we're going to be talking about that in the second half of the show.
There's a room full of recovering people, though, ain't there? Pretty much all of us, no?
I'm not recovering.
Prince?
I'm not recovering.
Prince is like, don't put me in this category.
You're recovering from not talking.
That's true.
But the second half of the show, the topic is going to be music lyrics that reference drugs and alcohol. So I think that's going to be a really good topic, and people people are encouraged to call in at any time of the show you want to. We have a professional doctor here. We have a counselor, Rayon. All kidding aside, he's a counselor, a doctor. You got people in recovery. 203-992-7776. Anytime you want to call in, you can call in. So
you can also chat on the webpage. There's a chat room, and either one, whatever listening platform you're listening to, there's a chat room in either one. So if you don't feel like talking but you want to be heard or want us to answer a question, there is chat rooms on both pages.
So wait a minute, Marty. Someone complained about the music reference, and then you made a show out of it.
No complaint.
That's very smart.
No complaint. It was a concern.
Concern, and then you made a show out of the concern.
I'm making
All right.
because I'm
That's one way to
concerned.
go.
That's
All
very
right.
smart.
I'm concerned. So, True Ink Gallery, tattoo piercing and art gallery is on Foxen Road in North Branford, and these guys they fix other people's mistakes. And if you're in recovery and you got a tattoo when you were all screwed up and everything, and you want to get rid of that, you go see Ruick down there at True Ink. And one of their tattoo artists is Troy Radecki, voted best piercer, voted best tattoo piercing in New Haven by the Advocate, best poll. So you go see them, and I'm proof right here. I mean, Richie will tell you how happy I was after I got that fixed.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
So Richie's from Memorgwin, and 2 years ago, what did we do, Rich? Nice and close to the mic.
We did a reunion.
We did do a reunion.
Over 300 people together and had a great time, band, food. Blessed.
And what are we doing this year on August 19th?
August 19th will be the second reunion from Memorgwin.
And where's it going to be?
The Irish American Club in East Haven.
Now, Mike, the big conversation last time was, I'm from Foxen. Can I go?
It was a big argument. People complaining last time because they lived in the East Haven Center, and they're like, these guys from Memorgwin are having a party. To heck with them. We invited everybody. The people that did not show that complained were so mad knowing that other people showed from their own neighborhood that we're expecting, hopefully, over 600 people this year.
Yeah, keep on telling yourself. You're not going to get 600 people.
You never know. You never know.
So, you got the wristbands in.
We got our wristbands. We got our date. Now all we got to do is figure out when we're going to start selling them. Probably be maybe 2 weeks from now.
After Mother's Day.
After Mother's Day, yep.
And we'll do a weekend at different spots around the Memorgwin area, or maybe even in the center. Different weekends, a few different times to get your wristbands and also maybe T-shirts at the same time.
Yeah, so we're probably going to do wristbands at $10 and maybe something for a pre-order of shirts because a lot of people were aggravated last year that they couldn't get them online and all that. So we figured we could do it for you.
And of course, we're going to have Fool's Fate there.
Yep. No, Sunset Strip.
Sunset Strip. Billy.
Really?
Billy DiNapoli.
Are you sure? With George, the lead singer?
I thought that's what he wrote.
That's what he put. I saw.
I don't know about that.
I think so. Sunset
Nothing's confirmed yet. Don't go by what anybody's saying here and now. We got to get confirmation from Billy.
Either
on
way,
that.
both bands are phenomenal.
Both bands are phenomenal. So, Memorgwinites of East Haven. Go to that. Go on Facebook and search that. So I'm sure Tiffany is listening. So she's more than welcome to call in. And, we'll get to hear her story. Tiffany Lynn Robinson, she's in recovery from heroin, and she quit smoking all at the same time.
Ugh.
And
that's pretty good.
That is good.
I'm doing one at a time because I...
Which one?
So you quit smoking, so you're still doing heroin?
No. I quit the drugs, but that was a long time ago. Now I'm starting the smoking part.
Tiffany, is that you?
One thing at a time.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Hello, welcome to the Designated Driver. Is that you, Tiffany?
It is. How are you?
Hi, Tiffany.
Thank you so much
Wait, can you hear her?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
She sounds so innocent.
Yeah, talk nice and loud into your phone
She
because
is.
last week we had a problem, but we can all hear you fine. But thank you so much for calling in from Waldo, Ohio.
Where's Waldo?
Dude, I am on that poof dating site, and after like the fifth guy tried to use that as a pickup line,
Oh, wow.
I had to change my location on there just so they would stop saying that.
Guys really
wow.
say that? I was only being an idiot.
Just like all of us.
Like, oh my God, where's Waldo? Like, dude, you're not even funny. Bye.
Wow.
All right. So tell us a little bit about you, how old you are, and we know that you're from Waldo, and where you were and where you are, and tell us about your website.
Okay. Let's see. I am 31 years old. I started my whole journey with pain pills after I had my first child, and it gave me that amazing bottle of Percocets that made me superwoman. And I mean, I could do it all, and I could do, I don't know. Everybody always warns you about being a new mom. That's hard as hell, and dude, I could do everything on those. So they were my best friend, but just like with everybody else's story, it grows. That monster, I'll go from there to Lortabs and Oxycontin, or Opanas, and it grew. And for the last 6 years was when I've been dealing with heroin every day, and it's just I've been to 2 treatment centers, and of course,
I'm going to stop you right there for a second. You've been through a lot of trauma, though, from the age of 16.
Oh yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what happened to you.
I hung out with older people because my brother was on the varsity football team, so all the girls thought they hung out with his little sister, They ended up leaving me at a party, and I ended up getting raped by 2 30-year-old men. And it was just, it was kind of all downhill from there.
And then...
That's pretty tough.
How did you deal with that?
I went home and tried to cut my skin off. I tried to commit suicide, and I ended up in a mental ward for about a good month and a half. So, it definitely caused a lot of trauma, but it really wasn't. It had a lot to do with my parents splitting up, and that's why I really want to work with teenagers these days. I think the ages between 13 and 18, I think those are the most important ages right now that kids need our attention.
Hopefully, something that one of us says to the kids, maybe they'll stick. You never know. Like I say, and exactly what you're doing is sobriety is a gift. It's up to us who have this gift to give it to other people, and that's what you're doing. With your whole website, your whole change of life, you want to give back, and I commend you for that.
Thank you. And you got to, I've let them control my life forever, since it happened, and I can guarantee you they haven't probably thought of me one time. And here I'm, just trying to numb myself just every day just so I don't have to worry about it. I would prostitute myself, and I would feel ugly, and it just got to the point where that's how low I felt. That's how worthless I felt, and that's what they made me until I realized, screw this, why should I give them the benefit of the doubt? They've ran my life for this long. I'm going to use it for something positive and hope that what I say and a girl gets in that same situation and thinks and maybe heard my story and does something different, that's all I want.
So how do you deal when those thoughts come now compared to, 10 years ago in your life or whenever it happened? How is your thought pattern today different from then?
After seeing so many shows and what to do, I really wish I would have poked out eyes and kicked in the balls and, just the stuff, I guess, because back then people didn't do that, back in the 90s, that stuff didn't. I don't know. It wasn't huge. People didn't have to worry about that shit happening all over, especially in a small little town that I grew up in. So,
but what are you doing? What are you doing now when those thoughts come that you want to use? How do you stop yourself?
I never want to think. I never think about using that Vivitrol shot. Is the most. I don't crave it. My brother was still on heroin. He was doing it at my house, and not one part of me ever thought about wanting it.
Well, that's great that you have that because, the Vivitrol really is one of the aids that people can use to combat the physical component of heroin or opiate addiction, and a lot of people really need some kind of help, whether it's opiate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Bono.
Hello.
Oh. Well, Suboxone and the whole methadone thing, I don't agree with at all. I commend anybody that gets away from it, but they stay on it too long, and it's not getting them away from anything.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's especially methadone. People have a real hard time getting off of that, and even Suboxone. Unfortunately, most doctors, they don't try. I actually use Suboxone in my practice, but we get our clients off after between 12 and 18 months. They're off Suboxone, but it's rare, and I hear what you're saying.
But we also have to respect everybody's own recovery and their journey, and whatever gets them to that stable life and that feeling of fulfillment. Who are we to judge?
Yeah, but
right, exactly. Everybody's their own, and whatever gets them there gets them there. Just, I worked for my county, and I took people every day to the methadone clinic. Every morning they would go, and I just didn't understand. What are you getting freed from? I can understand if that gets you away from some, but they don't have something that can get you to off of methadone like they do heroin. They don't have something like Suboxone can get you off heroin. What can get you off methadone? Nothing.
Well, methadone is what you call a full agonist. It's really heroin in terms of the effect it has on the opiate receptors, and you can get off of it, but it takes a very long, slow taper, and the methadone clinic has to be invested in doing that with you, and it takes more. It also takes support and therapy that often isn't accompanied with methadone. So there's a lot of issues, and not to get too far into it, but that's why Suboxone was developed, because it is easier to taper off of than a full agonist.
But when people are addicted, they're obviously, like her, there was an underlying issue. With me, there was an underlying issue.
Sure.
Doctors nowadays seem to combat things with other drugs.
True.
Why can't we just put them in a room and work on their individual problem that got them to that process, and just say, okay, what made you do heroin? What was the first reason you did heroin? Was it peer pressure? Because you're not 13 no more. Right. Was it something that traumatized you? Let's work on that. I think my recovery is something different too. It's totally unheard of. Like, I just quit. I don't understand either, because I loved crack. But why can't we work on the actual issue that's in their head? Wouldn't that stop people from doing it?
Yeah, so I think that's certainly true. And I think it has been mentioned before.
I don't think we ever work on the actual problem.
Well, I think we actually do, in a sense. I think you mentioned before that it's different for different people, right?
Right.
And so I think therapy does work, but you have to also make sure the person is stable first, and ready for
But
therapy.
if our car breaks down, we fix the actual problem. We don't put another engine in it. We actually fix it.
But you got to remember, when you're taking drugs for that period of time, now you got a whole host of problems. So not only do you have the underlying problem, like I know for me, my addiction started after my father passed away. But I liked the drugs,
Yeah,
so now I had a whole bunch of issues going on,
right.
and my brain was changing. So eventually it got to the point where I was just using to use. I was no longer using because my father had passed away 2 or 3 years ago.
Right,
I mean, now I was so far gone that wasn't even a thought in my mind anymore.
You traditionally think of addiction as a coping mechanism, and it often is. However, with opiates, you actually don't even really need an underlying issue. You just need to get physically addicted. Most people have both. Mm-hmm. But you're right, Peter, and that's why every day I work side by side with physicians. I do therapy, they do the medication, and we work hand in hand. You need both.
Yeah,
you absolutely need both.
That's certainly true.
Tiffany, what do you think about what these guys are saying?
I definitely believe it, and then the wrong things that I did the first 2 times was I did it for other people, and I didn't understand what they said when you got to do it for you. I was like, you know what? I'm doing it to shut my parents up. I'm doing it because I don't want people to think I'm a bad mom, and that's all I cared about. I didn't really understand what they meant when they said you got to do it for you and nobody else. I was like, well, I'm going to get everybody else to shut up first. But then I realized, like, dude, my mom gave me money so I would buy enough dope to kill myself. But first, I had to go plan out my funeral and write my obituary before I was allowed to go buy that dope.
That's fucked up. I read that, and
that's fucked up.
That's powerful.
What else? I saw that on your website, in the video that you got posted on your website. Tell me a little bit about your website.
Yeah, that was the video that went viral. that ended up having millions of views, and then I ended up being on the news and a bunch of radio shows and the newspapers and stuff, and it just, my video I made was about being a junkie and how we're not all bad people. We've hurt people. We didn't, we made the worst choice that we could have ever made in our lives, and how many times I chose heroin over my kids, even though as much as I loved them, it wasn't enough, and how people say you can't change people. I don't believe that, because if it wasn't for her doing that to me, I would have never, because that was the last thing I thought about. I prayed every day that I would die waking up. I didn't want to wake up. I was hoping to die, but then I didn't realize what I would be doing when I would think about seeing my kids looking at me in a coffin, wondering why the hell I wasn't waking up.
So,
and
go ahead.
It scared the shit out of me. And so my website is basically, it's a lot of my biography. I got a page of my journal on there that I make entries starting out, because I'm writing a book, but it's starting out like how, my teenage years and how I got pregnant, and then how it all started with the pain pills and whatnot. But then there's the prevention part for teens, because I want to go to schools and stuff, and I want to talk to parents, and I want to help people that are trying to help their loved ones but don't know. So then they get manipulated. They don't hide all their stuff that they know that they don't think that will get taken and their loved ones will touch when it ends up missing. They need to know the education part of it. If they want to help them, they need to know what not to do and what not to fall for, because it's so easy for us to manipulate people, because we're so good at it, especially if they've never done it and they're wanting to do everything they can to help you. That's what I want to do. I want to warn them and let them know, if you want to help them, seriously, this is the stuff you got to do. You got to lock this stuff up, and you got to be strict. That's all there is to it. It's life or death now. It's not jails, institution, and death. It's like that gray heroin, that gray death out there. It's death.
So we got a couple minutes before we let you go. Tell the listeners your website and that final thought. That final thought of hope that you want to give to somebody in one or two sentences. Tell us your website and then what you want to say to the person that's still struggling. Is she still there?
Yeah.
Tiffany.
Hello?
We lost her. The website for Tiffany is...
Hello?
The website for Tiffany is bethelightoflife.com.
Tiffany.
No.
No.
We lost her.
Right. Well, that
Tiffany,
took a lot of courage, huh? That took a lot of courage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What a story.
So I appreciate Tiffany calling in. And again, is that her calling in? Tiffany?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, it's Kyle.
Oh, Kyle, what's up?
Kyle, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Port St. Lucie, Florida. How you doing?
Hey.
Welcome.
How you doing, Kyle? What do you got to contribute to the show tonight?
Well, I like to say the young lady who was speaking earlier, she had a lot to say, and it's mainly about basically recovery and surviving. And if you survive whatever you've been through, I mean, at the end of the day, you're blessed, and it's a learning experience. So whatever you've been through, yes, I'm all right, Martina. It's a learning experience. So whatever you've been through in life, just look at it, you survive. I mean, she had a lot to say. She's a brave woman for coming out like that.
Yeah, she has a story to tell, and just like everybody in recovery has a story to tell. So I appreciate you calling in, Kyle, and we're going to get into our music part of the show right now. And again, I got to say thank you so much. I'm sorry that we lost you, Tiffany, but Tiffany Lynn Robinson, bethelightoflife.com from Waldo, Ohio. So check out her website. And again, thank you so much for being part of the Designated Driver. Right now, we got a couple songs for you, and so sit
about
back.
whiskey?
No songs about whiskey. So sit back and enjoy these 2 songs that we got for you.
You're listening to PPRNradio.net with another long stretch of continuous music.
Place a Beats?
A Beats?
No, it's a pizza.
A Beats?
It's a pizza. They let you build your own.
They even cook it in a coal-fired brick oven.
In under 3 minutes.
Do they have anything else?
Of course. They have calzones, grinders, wings, soups, and salads.
They let you completely design your own meal.
With 30 different toppings to choose from. I'm sure you will find something.
Check out their app in the iTunes or Android Marketplace.
Or just head down to a Beat Yourself at 182 Temple Street. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Well, looks like we're heading to a Beats.
It's a pizza!
Coming to see me.
loving arms I stay. In your warm embrace that fades away. One thing of beauty in this dark display.
You may take a break, not us. We never take a break. We're always on. PDRNradio.net. Music 24/7.
The first song that we heard there was Chrissy Key from Detroit, Michigan. Song was called Presence, and what an amazing voice she has. Chrissy Key is an R&B singer, songwriter from Detroit, Michigan. Chrissy has been singing and composing songs for 14 years. Two-time 2016 Detroit Music Award nominee artist, 2016 Best in Black Award nominee. The list goes on and on and on. For more info about Chrissy, go to www.chrissykey.com, and that's spelled CHRISSIIKEY.com. Sunday, May 14th at 9 p.m., you can catch Chrissy at Allure Truth Nightclub in East Point, Michigan. There's a $10 cover for that. The second song that we heard was by Joseph Beatty, josephbeatty.com, spelled Joseph, B-E-A-T-Y. He's out of Glen Falls, New York. Joseph Beatty is a seasoned songwriter who I met in Florida and had the privilege of listening to him. He was in two other bands, and he was founder of two other bands, Mind Like Water and Decomposure. Check out Mind Like Water. Unbelievable. He's got a really unbelievable voice. So also check out his solo stuff there at josephbeatty.com. Joe is now doing his solo gig, and the song that you heard was Light Erased. So a couple more things that I want to talk about before we jump into our topic, music lyrics that reference drugs and alcohol. That's going to be an interesting topic. The Center for Compassionate Recovery is located in Madison, Connecticut, and our Dr. Bono here is the lead psychologist over there, and
amazing.
He's an amazing guy. Not only a really good doctor. Can I call you Doc?
Please stop with the doctor thing.
I'm treated.
What do you want me to call
How about
you?
Mark? Mark could work.
Mark?
So you're not one of those pretentious doctors that want to be called doctor?
Only when I want reservations. That's it.
He's a very humble, passionate
Reservations
doctor.
at the lunchbox.
Down to earth guy.
Yes.
So if you like what you're hearing here, and you know somebody that that might need some treatment, Dr. Bono. Now, for the person that doesn't have insurance, we talked about this before. How does that work if somebody doesn't have insurance?
Honestly, we really don't get calls like that because I'm not going to get political on you, but since the advent of Obamacare, we get calls from people who have Husky a lot, and I am one of the only providers, our practice is one of the only providers that does accept Husky, And so really almost any form of insurance, including state insurance, we're good to go.
All right. And you can reach Dr. Bono on his cell phone at
203-464-1001.
And that is his real number.
My actual
Let the
number.
calls begin.
And he is a single doctor for all the ladies out there.
And it's not like one of those state-run clinics. He's actually a doctor.
No.
Who cares?
Really nice office.
Not
I've
bad
been out
looking
there.
either.
No, not bad looking.
I'll give you a 7. Oh, wow. Seven's a good number, right, Rich?
That's a good one, yeah.
Don't tell Kim that, though. All right, so Delestro Jewelers. Johnny Delestro Sr., Johnny Delestro Jr., family-owned business right there in East Haven, Connecticut. That was East Haven.
Steven, they're the best.
Jackie, East Haven.
Yeah, you know how I feel about Staven.
Delestro Jewelers, right there, right on Main Street.
The best.
I have love for Staven. I'm just joking.
I got a lot of love for it. Everybody that knows me knows, that I love East Haven. It is what it is. 43 years in business, family owned, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They do repairs, they do cleaning, they do anything that you need jewelry related, and diamond and engagement rings. This is the place where you want to go. Johnny is so compassionate about what he does with all the jewelry. And Johnny Jr., it's nice. You get the father and son. It's kind of like going into Sanford and Son. You know what I mean? Remember that show? That
They're
was a
good,
great
too. They'll
show.
do special requests, too, if you want something special. They'll go look for it for you.
That's right. Johnny's the man. Everybody needs to know a jewelry guy, so you got to go see Johnny over there. And his son, Johnny Jr., what he does is NFL merchandise. So you go in the store and they got all NFL merchandise, any kind of sport memorabilia that you want, special order stuff. Peter does a sports show before us. So maybe some of the sports listeners are listening and they want some sporting stuff. You go down to see Delestro Jewelers, 280 Main Street in East Haven, Connecticut. So, all right. So, let me throw this out there, and then we'll get to the topic. This guy here, Sunday Sauce Pot. Anybody heard of him?
Guy's a bum.
Yes.
I thought it was Gravy Pot.
You ever heard of that guy, Pete?
Yeah, I heard of him. There's a guy sucking on a pipe right now because of this guy.
There's a few of them.
Sunday Sauce Pot. You can actually, when you're done listening to the show, you could go watch me on TV. If you just can't get enough of me, So that's on easthaven.tv, 10 a.m., 10 p.m. every single day, twice a day, easthaven.tv. We go out to fundraising events. Actually, I think it's starting this week or next week, the fundraiser.
Oh, the cancer benefit?
The
Yeah.
cancer benefit. That was a great event that PPRN did, and we went out there. And those are the types of events that you can watch on Sunday Sauce Pot. So we got a lot of more good shows coming up for Sunday Sauce Pot. Richie and Mike both are behind the scenes on that show.
Yeah, we had a great event at cancer fundraiser there. Too bad not enough people showed up. I mean, we had a good turnout, but could have been a lot better. People got to.
That's why I just turned his mic off. It was a good event. It was
He's not even talking into it anyway. So.
No,
it was a good turnout. They raised a lot of money.
I'm with him though. Let's not sugarcoat it. I mean, it could have been more.
Exactly. There's a lot of people that were probably. It was a crappy day out. A lot of people sitting around their house could have showed up that didn't. And but even though it was a great turnout, a great show, and a great venue, great turnout.
We were just talking with him. We don't care as long as we can do something. If no one shows up, we don't care.
Yeah.
I got done worrying about this state. And then you can call me what you want.
Is that the
I got
state
done
of
worrying
confusion?
about the state of Connecticut as
state
far
of
as supporting one another. It's not. Yeah. I love my state. Don't get me wrong, but when I can go down to New Orleans on a Monday and the people are partying on Monday like they do on Friday here, that's just a state that comes together. And they were doing benefits down there, and people came out on a Monday.
Yep.
So it's just no excuses. Everybody wants to. When something happens to their family, they want us to help them, but when we need their help, they don't want to come.
Exactly.
What I've noticed is it's very cliquey. Connecticut's
Very
very cliquey,
cliquey.
but everything and like I said last week, me and you just met.
Right.
So I don't really know.
The New Haven scene is probably one of the best scenes that I've ever dealt with, and being in radio for 7 years. So
I don't really know too much about your background, and you don't know too much about me, but we've done events, and we have good turnouts. You get a lot of good support, and like I said, it's very cliquey here. But music lyrics that reference drugs and alcohol. Okay, so I'm going to throw this out there, and this is just an article that I was reading earlier today from JAMA Pediatrics. They surveyed 279 songs. 93 songs portrayed substance use, with an average of 35.2 substance references per song hour. So you're good with numbers. 35.2 substance references per song hour. Is that a lot?
But
yes or no? Yes or no?
It is,
okay.
But there's
What
a
the
couple
heck
things.
was that?
I don't know. I got rid of the glass, the ice cube thing because I figured it would trigger people. But the references to things, people got to understand when people write music, they're writing. That's how they cope with life. So
True. Right.
if they're writing music about addiction and drinking, the people that are struggling with addiction, if you're like we were talking, if you're fresh out of the scene, if you're fresh out of the being clean, you shouldn't be. To me, you shouldn't be in the public eye and putting yourself in the situations where you're listening to music or whatever. Everybody has their own way of recovering.
So,
but we shouldn't change music or have to. This is where the PC crap comes in.
I mean, think about the music of the 70s.
Yeah.
People
smoked in Sally's Pizza.
I mean, this is not anything new. I think that the media or whoever is just now bringing more attention to it.
It's PC. That's
But,
the problem.
Yeah.
And don't forget, if you're listening and you want to call in on this topic, 203-992-7776. The article goes on to say the average adolescent is exposed to approximately 84 references to explicit substance use daily in popular songs.
Have you seen the video games, Marty? They're more exposed to that than they are music.
I got Atari.
Right.
The video games, they're portraying pimps and
So
they're swearing.
killing people and selling drugs.
Like I
and all
said, what sprouted this topic? I don't know the word I'm looking for, but what
that's a good word.
Sprouted, okay. This
PBS.
topic was. I got a lot of good feedback about this show. A lot of people listened, and a lot of people were inspired by the doctor and by Teresa. So,
Tiffany.
But I had two people that one said it was a concern because this is a recovery show, and we played a song that talks about somebody drinking. Rayon.
Yes. So I work with kids, right? And I think it does impact kids, right? The message is that some of these songs are sort of.
But in regards to this show,
right,
we are a recovery show.
Right.
Should we? Is it okay for us to play any song that a band submits to me? Or should there be certain restrictions?
I think you should do a better job of screening to make sure that the songs are appropriate, because the people who are listening to the show are probably people in recovery.
Probably.
Are more than likely, right? Are people who are inspired
Okay.
by, people who feel like this is inspiring for them, right? So I think it's very important for you to be very careful.
Jackie.
But with that being said, I mean, a lot of songs that are going to be about recovery or, talk about their journey into recovery are going to make reference to their substance use or alcohol use or whatever, whatever they were into.
Yeah,
so,
that can go in with the screening of it. If it's like to do it for enjoyable reasons or to do it, this is what happened to me after I did do it, is a different way of looking at it.
Are you playing songs that glamorize substance
Yeah,
use?
exactly.
Are you playing songs that are just gratuitously talking about addiction? Or about substance use? Or is it art, reflecting life? As you said, like in the 70s. Look at all the songs about substance use in the 70s because that was what was going on in the 70s. And you can't separate those things completely, right?
No.
So, but it's hard to know where to draw the line, right?
We're not promoting drug use.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, come on. I'm saying,
Like Peter said earlier, he just stopped. And people that know me know that September 15th is going to be 22 years for me.
Nice.
And
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty
like Peter, I just stopped. There's more to my story, but I woke up one day and I stopped drinking, drugging, and smoking cigarettes all at the same time.
Damn. Wow.
And now you can ask Richie, Mike, what do we do on Friday and Saturday nights? Where do we go?
Drink
Go
and
out
smoke.
to the bar. And he comes out to the bar and he has his chronics, cranberry and tonic, and he sits with all of us while
Yeah,
we're
and that's
having a good time.
and that's
I mean,
great that you can get back to that point where you can party normal.
Yeah, I mean,
Some people
not
can't.
the drinking. No, he's not doing anything. He's just drinking.
We go see
no
live
alcohol.
bands. I mean, we have a good
But he's
time. We
with
hang
us.
out, and it's not just going to drink.
And people say that that's rare that happens. That a person
don't get
can
an
just
urge?
stop. I don't get no urges.
No urge at all.
You know what I do? Because when I go into the bar, I'll sit there and I look at the band. My focus is on the band. My focus is on the women. My focus is hanging out with my buddies, having a good time. Whereas somebody who's struggling, they go into the bar, they see the bottles of liquor. They see people drinking. And that's what triggers them.
True.
And the difference with the addiction is, okay, yes, you have the choice to pick up, but you don't have the choice over the urges that come along. And that's what we need to address, is the urges that come along.
And Marty, can I also say that
Into the microphone,
yeah,
nice and loud.
Here I am. Can I say that all drugs are not created equal either? There's, alcohol is part of our society, and great, to your credit, what you did. And there are people who learn to be around alcohol who had a problem drinking, and they don't drink. But, I don't meet many people who can casually hang out around crack or can casually hang out around opiate users. So, we have to also remember that all drugs are not created equal, and there are certain drugs if you're in recovery from, you can't be in front of them. Alcohol, with a lot of work and insight, people can get there where they're comfortable being around alcohol without being afraid of relapse.
And it's like what the doctor
So,
saying, right?
going back to the song, the issue here.
Yeah.
You think somebody that's hearing a song on this show that's trying to stay sober, they hear the song that references drinking or Eric Clapton cocaine. Now you think they're going to want to hit the pipe because they heard that song on this show?
I don't think so. Like I said, that's a part of. Unfortunately, it's the fabric of our society. Drinking.
I see Mike shaking his head yes over there.
Drinking commercials are on TV constantly. Movies are constantly.
It's everywhere you
it's
go.
everywhere
Drugs
you go.
and alcohol is
It
everywhere
could
you
be a
go.
trigger, though, because if I drive by Chili's in Waterbury at Christmas time, I want to get high. I don't know what it was, because I met my dealer there all the time. But seriously, a song could be a trigger.
A song is a
But
trigger.
anything could be a trigger.
Right.
We
You
can't.
know?
Right.
Anything could be a trigger.
I can't eat that sauce at Outback, that bloomin' onion sauce, because it tastes like cut.
AA and NA was my downfall. I heard about drugs, man. I loved when I did drugs, man. I could not do it.
Right.
Same with me.
Yeah.
I totally support NA and AA. I think it's a great tool for a lot of people. Just
Not me.
Not
I
me.
can't hear about, we were doing drugs, or who's sitting there high, and then, getting out of there, and like, okay, what am I going to do? See ya in a week.
So, the biggest one out there is AA and NA. I like to throw this out there every show that there's other support groups. SmartRecovery.org. It's a 4-point program building and maintaining motivation, coping with urges, managing thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and living a balanced life. So they have meetings everywhere, and they're all over the country, just like AA and NA, and they focus on those 4 main objectives there. So again, that's smartrecovery.org. Somebody that recently talked about their sobriety is Brad Pitt. Anybody heard about that?
I didn't know he was in recovery.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt?
Just came out. Just had an interview with GQ.
What was his drug of choice?
Marijuana and alcohol. And what was his wife's name? Jolie?
Angelina.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie.
Forgot her?
That would be my drug of choice.
Yeah.
I think most men's drug of choice.
I'm a junkie.
But she filed for divorce because of his pot use and drinking. Pot.
reckless marijuana use?
Last year in September,
what was that?
Angelina Jolie filed for a divorce from Pitt because she was fed up with Pitt's weed habit as well as drinking. Jolie said her choice was for the health of the family. So
what's interesting is that I don't think people actually believe that weed is a problem at all. I mean, that's gonna be another topic.
Right. I think we got 2 minutes left in the show here. We got 4 minutes left.
Prince is ready for that topic.
He is ready. He didn't you say that you wanted to have that topic? So maybe next week we'll have that topic.
Probably, yeah.
What is the topic? What is it?
Pot addiction.
How we
Blunts.
Yeah, but is it as severe as crack? Is it as severe as heroin? I mean,
it cost someone
It's
Angelina Jolie.
That's a problem, right?
I've heard it being a problem.
maybe because he's an idiot when he smokes pot, not because he smokes pot.
Right. Okay.
I don't say one is better than the other. I always addiction is addiction. Period. But
True.
Pot.
He falls asleep and don't give her nothing.
You can fuck her sleeping and still satisfy her. So.
Sullivan, don't listen.
Yeah.
It's a problem, though.
All right. So each Monday until July 31st, you can catch the designated driver here, 8:30 to 9:30. Anybody got any final thoughts?
We're awesome.
You putting a time limit on it?
It goes by so fast.
So why can't we go longer?
No, so you're putting a time limit on the months?
Marty can only last so long.
You need a little blue pill to go a little bit longer.
We do.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think anybody gets it.
it was a side conversation here.
Can't go over my
So,
head.
Mondays, 8:30 to 9:30, designated driver. Saturdays, what happens on PPRN?
Saturdays, we do mixtapes from... go to the schedule because we do a lot all week, but Saturday's coming up in June. We're going to be broadcasting live from Beardsley Park and Seaside in Bridgeport mixtape. So if you know any vendors that want to come out and sell their stuff, I'm not charging. You can come out there and sell whatever you want as long as it's legal.
Give us some free food.
I'm sure Bridgeport has enough of illegal stuff. But come out and enjoy it, and it's going to be a sober thing. So, I mean, if you guys want to just come and hang out and, you want to come and hang out, listen to some really DJs we mix for 22 hours straight. So it's really good.
Are you going to do any freestyle?
We do freestyle.
Freestyle.
Rapping?
Yeah.
No, Prince will.
I will.
Yes.
I will rap.
Are you
Yes.
saying that?
If I'm paid.
He'll rap presents.
I'll pay you in cupcakes.
Wasn't he supposed to rap today?
He was.
Time is up. Time is up.
Next week, we're going to hear you do some rap, and the topic next week will be about legalizing marijuana.
Bring some bikinis to the beach.
I will rap next week.
So, positive quote of the week by Joe Namath, sporting guy. If you aren't going all the way, where's Christopher Cross?
Oh, hang on. Wait.
You need your background music, Mark?
Yeah,
it was nice last week.
Hang on.
Hold on. Gotta shout
That's
out
going to
my
be
son.
my cue from now on. When you say
the positive
of the
quote.
week, yeah, positive.
Everyone-
Positive quote of the week.
No,
Wait,
first
wait.
everyone say hi to Vincent Parker.
Hi, Vincent.
And we don't
That's my
necessarily
son.
have to end at 9.
That's your son?
Yeah, that's my
How
son.
old is he?
He's 6. He'll be 7 in July. He's
Hey,
listening
Vinny.
right now.
Hey, Vinny.
Staying up way past his bedtime to listen to us.
Hey, Vinny, how you doing?
Time to go to bed.
So the positive quote of the week comes from Joe Namath, and it's very simple, very quick. If you aren't going all the way, why go at all?
That's it.
So,
Yeah, baby.
So final thought from Richie to all the listeners out there.
Stay sober.
Stay
Keep
sober
your eye on the prize.
and keep your eye on the Memorgwinites of East Haven Facebook group for the wristbands.
Yep.
We got to get everybody out there. We're getting the groupies. The event is
Groupies?
created.
We're getting groupies?
Groupies, yeah.
Oh,
The Fool's Faith groupies.
Don't forget Dr. Bono takes state insurance.
Always.
All insurance.
Great guy, right?
All insurance. Yes.
He's a great guy.
He's a very good guy.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you can't get paid.
And we're not just saying that because he's on the show.
No, he's a great guy, great doctor, and I'm glad that we met. So that's it, guys, for another show. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you, guys, for listening. And please tell your friends about this show and our Facebook group. We got to build up the Facebook group. We're almost at 1,600, and I'm trying to get to 5,000. So that group is important. So please, April 17th is when we created the Facebook group, and we're almost at 1,600. So keep on pushing that group, the Designated Driver Addiction Recovery Radio.
And maybe next week you can add at the end what you learned. You know?
Oh. What did I learn about what?
Everybody can just explain like what we do on our show, what you learned.
Oh,
what you learned from
this guy over here. He can't remember what he had for breakfast.
I'm sure he learned something. Just some ideas.
So, as always, who loves you, baby?
Get to bed, Vincent Parker.
Good night, Sal.
We'll see you tomorrow for a live Peter Pino show. Good night,
Next
everybody.
Monday.
You're listening to PPRNradio.net.
Call me.
Let's talk about Mother's Day.
You blew it.
Next
No,
Monday.
back
You can say
on.
yesterday was Mother's Day, and
That's a good idea. And the candle.